open doors where I am now. Where I am now, I'm getting special place to the golden place where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FY Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM. And guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. Happy New Year. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And Peace 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Rewind, Mr. E. What was that?
That's Peace.
Yes.
95 AM, 95.3 FM, and WPCE 1400 AM.
Mr. E, did you have a little New Year's party after New Year's?
I had a little freeze.
A brain freeze.
Yes.
But anyway, let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Live is on and popping. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
You didn't hear what I said. Like, share, comment, comment.
This is all over the place.
Yeah.
But like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
That's right. We'll shout them out.
Mr. E, what day is it today?
You know, just before we get started, Ms. Hinton, let's go ahead and do a moment of silence for the football player that the Buffalo Bills that got injured.
Okay, let's
60
do it.
seconds. Today is home day. That's what today is.
You all should be up and popping after that.
That's right.
I tell you what, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's the middle of the week. I think I'm kind of off, Mr. E, as far as the days are concerned. It feels like a Monday to me. We were not here on Monday, the day after New Year's, but I'm just kind of like recalibrating, trying to get things back in order as far as time.
You know, it's a new year. It's 2024. It's a new year. So, you know, everything is on and popping. And we're behind the time.
Yes, and it's also our Wednesday. What's under the hat issues concerning men. Man, we were there last year, Mr. E, 2022. It was fabulous.
That's
we had
right.
a lot of great topics, and we talked to a lot of guys about things that they feel, things that they're going through, and things that they're concerned about.
That's right. It was a great year. 2022 was a great year, especially when we're dealing with issues concerning men.
So far, Mr. E, how is your 2023 going?
Well, 2023 is a wonderful year, a new beginning for me, a new beginning all over, another year to, because old things now has passed away. I can't go back in 2022 and pull up none of that stuff.
Can't pull it up, but I tell you what, anything you did not finish, and that goes for all of us, we better complete it 2023. God has given us another day, another time to just move forward and not only look at things that are we can do in the present, but things that we have to complete that God has given us to do, we need to do.
That's right. That's right. And we got to be obedient unto God because He is the head of our lives. He is our Alpha and our Omega.
Absolutely. Mr. E, it is issues concerning men. And we're going to go back 2022. I asked Mr. E if he would go back and find 5 of his favorite 2022 What's Under the Hat segment. So, Mr. E, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Miss Hinton, one of my favorites is to know how dads feel when they go downtown for child support.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that was one of the greatest topics that we had to bring awareness to help men to understand that they're not the only one, because we had guests who was not the fathers, but they had to pay child support.
Yeah, we did have a guest who, when we did that segment, You Are Not the Father, yeah, we got a lot of surprises. And one was the fact that you may not be the father, but that child was birthed during the time you were married to that woman. That's your child.
That's right.
The court said.
That's what the court said, but the DNA said something else, but it didn't matter to them. And not only that, Miss Hinton, the second one that I like so much is when we're dealing with trying to get custody or dealing with being a part of your child's life.
Absolutely. I mean, that's another horror story. But the good thing about it in 2022, we see where men are able to be in the lives of their children a little bit more. At one time in the past, it was like, you go to court with a woman trying to get a child, you can forget it.
That's right. That's right. You can forget it. You can forget it because
the courts were not generous to a man.
That's right. But now the court systems are flipping around that they are now awarding daddies to be daddies to their children.
Joint custody. Yeah. You got daddies raising their children. Yeah. You have couples that, even though they have broken up or they're not together, they are coming together for the sake of the children, and they're providing for the children. You're seeing that. You're still seeing the fight.
That's right.
But you're seeing where the courts are a little bit more generous when it comes to men. The thing about it, our guests that we had on the show are still going through a lot of trauma, fighting for the rights of their children. And so the fight goes on, even though some things have gotten better, the fight still goes on.
And one thing about bringing awareness to all of America, to all the people, is to let them know that this is what men had to endure. Men, and because they put labels on men and said they're all deadbeat, and every man out there, I mean, it never fails. As long as you had a child and you're not in the home with the child, they call you a deadbeat dad. And when you go to the court system, even though you're doing everything you could possibly do to support your child, they still put you in the category of a deadbeat daddy.
And that is sad because, we see dads everywhere, all over the world, being good fathers. Yeah. And so we don't want to, coin every man as someone that is a deadbeat. We do have deadbeat dads.
That's right, we do.
Irresponsible dads and dads that don't know how to be in the lives of their children, or they prefer drugs or prefer just not being there, And so, we have high hopes that we will continue to see good things from fathers, and that the courts will be favorable to men that want to raise their children and have a hand in how things work out.
That's right. We found out a lot of things in 2022, especially in the segment dealing with what's underneath the hat of men. We found out that men sometimes we found out way they're thinking. Is it mental illness? What caused a man to go to the left? We found that out. How so many men been hurt down the way that now they're walking around like zombies. But we found out what it takes to help them to come around.
We had this word thrown out by the men, not me, ego. We heard that a
That's right.
lot
That's right.
2022.
That's right.
And the fact that sometimes ego gets in the way of a lot of things. When we talked about conflict resolution and men, we had Dr. Brown
That's right.
on.
Hezekiah Brown.
And Hezekiah Brown was saying that when he goes in, he's a expert on conflict resolution, and he wrote a book as well. And he says when he goes in a room, the thing that jumps him is the egos.
That's
He's
right.
like,
That's right.
you got to leave the egos at the door because they get in the way of really resolving a lot of issues.
And that's right, Miss Hinton. So what Hez Brown said to us was key. When you step into any meeting, leave your feelings and your egos at the door. Do not take your feelings and your ego into a meeting because your feelings and your ego is going to rise up.
Keep your testosterone
That's
down
right.
on
That's
the low.
right.
I mean, because testosterone, ego, all that stuff causes, I think, men to build walls.
That's right.
And
That's right.
not only that, they begin to flinch and they begin to just really want to buck against and not hear. That's the main thing. When it comes to conflict resolution, you have to have ears to hear each side, because when you don't, you build the wall and you don't want to hear. Sometimes you don't even want to hear the truth.
That's right. And sometimes when you got your ego with you, taking your ego into a meeting or your testosterone level or your pride or your feelings, you buck up against things. You go up against, and because you take it the wrong way. You take the problem or what they're saying in the wrong fashion because you figure that they trying to low rate you, they trying to put you down, they trying to do matters of harm to you. But when you leave your ego at the door, then you be able to be a well-rounded person so that you can hear and not react.
Well, Mr. E, what else was stand out for you in 2022? What's under your hat?
What else stand out in 2022? What's under your hat? As I begin to see how men were coming around, and really playing a big important role in life, ups and downs. When I look at a man and look at men that they're now being role models, they're going to fathers and daughter dances. They're in the life of their children. They're now being at the PTA meetings. They're now going to the school. They're now sitting at the houses and getting jobs. They're now ready to get jobs. And not only that, Miss Hinton, the jail system is not harboring a whole lot of them.
What do you mean by that, Mr.
Sometimes men would just go into jail for doing crazy stuff. Now they're coming to their senses and knowing that, hey, look, this problem I can overcome. Why? Because somebody helped them to realize they saw the light, as the Blues Brothers would say, they saw the light.
Well, I hope so. I don't know, but let's see, you bring us the numbers at the jail. Numbers are going down, but nevertheless, we did have the young man come on talking about the jail system, who's in jail, why they're in jail. He said a lot of them are reaching out for love. What was his name, Mr. E? He was the warden over there in the state of North Carolina.
Right.
And he talked about the system and the fact that, a lot of things are responsible for men being there incarcerated, but also it's the fault of some of the men that have done things that are wrong that are in there. He said anything that goes on in the street goes on in the jail. A lot of them are looking for love and attention. A lot of them just don't, have lost their way. Some of them just bad to the core. But he really explained that. That was a really good segment as well.
That's right. Another thing that we brought to our attention when the judge came to talk about issues of our young adults as well as our old adults in the juvenile and center, who is the major judge of Norfolk City Court, and how he began to dialogue with us to help us to realize that it can start right at the lower level because somebody has said something or did something wrong to them.
Yes. So I tell you what, there's been a lot of any more, Misty. Anything else stand out?
A lot of things that we have done in 2022, Ms. Hinton, stands out. It's being very helpful for men and for women too to understand. Just like, for example, some men want to know, why does that woman keep hiding them boxes and sneaking shoes and clothes in the house.
If he don't know by now, then something wrong. He need to be look. He better get his PI skills sharpened because if your wife, he must be looking at the checkbook and where's this going and why is it. You do have to do that. You got to check on one another, make sure they are doing right. But yeah, men are curious, but they also have discovered that they have feelings, and we know that. But beside their ego and testosterone, they do feel, they do hurt, they do want understanding and compassion. They want forgiveness, and they want second chances.
That's right.
And so, and then they're Billy Bad Butts too, some of them, but they do have everything that anybody else in the whole wide world would have. And we just our hats off for that segment. We're going to continue that segment 2023. And what's under the hat? We're going to dig a little more deeper and just talk more about what men go through, their issues, and some of the problems that can be solved by, just highlighting what men are going through.
And one thing we recognize when we said that about men, that they do have feelings, they do cry, even though they broke the barrier because they said you're not a man because you crying. They broke the barrier to let everybody know in the whole wide world that, hey, look, I got feelings just like you do too.
Look, so as we move forward, Mr. E, like I said, we'll continue the segment, What's Under the Hat in 2023. Let's talk about this new year and some of the things that men should keep in mind. We got the resolutions. We did it for our young ladies, but men also, make promises. Do they keep their promises, Mr. E? Resolutions and all that kind of good stuff.
I heard Steve Harvey say this today as I was driving. He said this. He said, if you're going to make some resolution, keep your mouth closed.
Oh, why did he say that?
He said, because there are so many people that's running around here watching you.
And I believe it. I believe it. You can put your word, I'm going to do this and I'm going to declare this. And people are saying, I thought you said you weren't going to do. But anyway, let's get some of these. Mr. You got some things that men probably do when it comes to a new year.
Well, here's some of the tips that we heard about men being better. They said they will make you a better man. The New Year's resolution, another year has come and gone, and only foolish men believe that they did everything right. In fact, the best man and those who can look back on great years and find ways to improve for next. So if we didn't compromise at least a part of the story in the parking lot of the strip club at 4:30 in the morning. Now, keep a journal. Some men need to keep a journal of what they're doing. If you said that you're gonna keep a journal, you're gonna do this, write it down.
Well, what would be the purpose you think for having a journal, writing a journal? Do you have a journal?
No. And the reason why I don't have a journal, because I don't want nobody holding me hostage. Well, you said this in 2022, that in 2023, you're going to buy clothes and tools that made to last.
Well, I'll tell you, when it comes to the journal, the man says a journal, physical paper journal, jot down your thoughts, plan your daily to-do list, write down reminders, even talk about your feelings. These things are important. There's nothing wrong with a man keeping track of his daily life and the things that he want to do. I think journaling is a good idea.
That's good. So you can keep a track of everything that you're doing.
Yeah. So again, some of the other things that a man may consider when he makes New Year's resolution, make him a better man. What's that, Miss Lee?
It's to buy clothes and tools that are made to last. No dollar store tool. Don't go down to the dollar store and buy a man a hammer and a screwdriver and figure that it's going to last. Men are going to they're going to Lowe's and to Home Depot as buying tools that's gonna last.
Yeah.
And buying clothes, not no jack leg pants that and that they put them on the next minute they done bust out of it.
People have changed their way of dressing in this day and time. But they say that quality instead of quantity is key. So go out there and buy some nice things. You know, if you go into the bargain basement, some of those things, look, they may have some nice things
That's
there,
right.
but you may end up buying things that are not going to last as long. Then you got to go back and buy. Mr. You talk about women going and hiding stuff. You find a man, he got to go back because he's not concentrating on the nice suits or the
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
pants or the nice sports things. Make sure quality is key in making yourself look good. You talk about new beginnings, new years. You want to look good for the new year.
That's right. And that's what it's all about, Miss Hinton, is making yourself look nice and buying quality stuff. Disconnect for a while. Get away from that old, other people that you used to hang on so you can get your mind back on track.
Well, detox. I
Yeah.
mean, get away not only from people, social media. Some
That's
people
right.
are just addicted to social media, and social media got a spirit with it anyway, according, to Yolanda Hinton. I feel like it is good things, but I'm saying you can sit back and you can expose too much, you can talk too much on social media, tell too much on social media, and then you can get into everybody else's business, and you end up with you feeling really sick and reeling about the head. Get away from that. Get away from toxic people. Get away from anything. Get in a place where you can really, really, really just come to a quietness and a sense of ease and peace in your life.
They said the average man spend time on their cell phone on social media at least 3 hours a day.
Wow.
3 hours to 6 hours and
That's a lot.
so many minutes that you spend time on that telephone. They act like they cannot deal without it. Here's another thing, Ms. Hinton, is to stay healthy. Do something
Oh my
healthy.
goodness, that is key. I think everybody, even women, have that. I think that's the number one thing. I got to get myself together. I got to get my body right. But health it includes exercise. What else was the good eating?
That's right. It says go out and get you a membership you keep talking about. Grab those kettlebells and take a standing desk on for size. Be happy and get healthy in the new year. And that's something that a lot of men need to be doing because they're figure eight. They got a Dunlap. Men has Dunlap. Women has figure O. So what happened to a lot of men? They done lapped over because when you put on your pants and you can't find your belt or your belt bends, you got a Dunlap.
Wow.
And then it's not healthy. It's not healthy for a man. If your waistline is 45 or greater, they said the average man's waistline should be at 36, 38. Because if your waistline is greater than that, you in line for diabetes.
For the beaties.
Yeah, for the beaties. For the diabetes, for high blood pressure, because it's amazing how it goes right round in your waist.
Oh, keep that Dunlap down.
Keep that Dunlap down. Even if you got to get you a bigger belt or get you a belt, here's what you got to do. Get you a belt that's a little bit bigger than what you think you may and grow into it. Keep on going down notch, 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 notch. I took the liberty, Miss Hinton. I'm back on my bicycle again, and I've been riding my bicycle. Yesterday, the first of the year, I rode, and then last night I rode when I went home.
Congratulations. You got to stay healthy. You have to do something. A lot of people like to walk. A lot of people like to ride bikes. Get in the gym. Get a membership. Or get your own stuff at the house.
That's
get some
right.
of those
That's right.
what you call
kettles
and all those
weights.
things, and go ahead and do your thing. It also says eat out less.
That's
Cook
right.
More real food.
Cook more real food. Get away from that processed food. Get away from those restaurant foods. Just start cooking your own meals at home. Even if you can't cook, have your significant other, somebody cook you a great meal that's going to be healthy.
Absolutely. You can control sugar and salt intake, things that are not real ingredients. You can control all that by making those foods that are more healthy. You want to live long, so you've got to go ahead and make those changes. It's just so many things that we can keep in mind, or men can keep in mind. Make sure you concentrating on a healthy relationship.
That's right.
Make sure you are nurturing your children, your family, and things like that. And just make sure you look. Not only make sure you're keeping up with your coins. Now things are going up. We found out, Mr. E, after the pandemic, if everything is going up.
That's
You're
right.
gonna
That's
have
right.
to get a handle on your coins. You're gonna have to learn how to manage and steward because these folks are not playing. Whether you're eating out, going to the store to buy clothes, buying houses, cars, or what, everything has gone up, up, and up.
That's right, Miss Hinton. Even if you travel from one city to the next city, or you on the interstate, going through these bridges and tolls,
Oh my
right here in
goodness,
Virginia,
yes.
they said if you got an easy pass and you go through the tunnel, it's only $2 and some change. But if you do by license plate, it's $6 and more. Just to
Ooh,
go from through the tunnel. So that's what's happened to a lot of people. A lot of people got tunnel. They are what I call tunnel rats because they're going through the tunnels and they're not paying attention. Now they got
yes.
bills and more bills that they got to pay because one, they kept going through the tunnel and they paid the bills.
Absolutely. So there are so many things to keep in mind. During this segment 2023, we're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about family and relationships. We're going to talk about all kind of things to help you rise above mere survival, to
That's
help you
right.
to be a better man.
That's right. That's right. And we're also going to let you know how you can put yourself back into circulation by
Yes,
helping your community to grow,
absolutely.
by allowing you to play a major role in your community, helping some youngins, bring some of the young men, and to take back your community.
Now we're going to also talk to pastors because in our segment, What's Under the Hat, we're going to be talking to our men, our male pastors, first of all, to find out where are they and where's the church and where does it stand at this point. Things are different.
That's
We
right.
know things are different. And so What's Under the Hat will include where are the
And we're going to make
pastors.
sure that you know exactly how to deal with life episodes and life problems, things that you had to settle with yourself and the bills that's coming around. Remember, we in January right now, and you got to remember tax seasons is coming up real soon. Make sure
Absolutely.
you get yourself together so that you can go and take care of your taxes.
Well, we're going to have some other upcoming shows. Of course, we're going to be serving that tea. We're going to be serving that tea on our show on Friday. Some of the things that's going on, it's a lot happening in the political world, in the financial world, in the, what is it, Hollywood, all that
And
kind
the
of stuff
presidents,
in your life and
yeah.
everything else. We're going to definitely cover what's happening and we're going to serve that tea, Mr. E.
What do you think about folks who went out and bought that Krypton money?
Well, I tell you what, you got one thing about all that kind of stuff in the market. You've got to have longevity.
That's
You've
right.
got to be able to hold on, honey, because the ups and the downs and ups take place. And so, just like anything else, if you got it, hold on to it. Maybe later on, it just goes up and down. The crypto goes up and down.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
have
It's
somebody
like
come
stock.
on and tell us more about that and stocks and
That's
things
right.
like that, so people can better understand how to invest their money. So
That's right.
yeah, that's going to be a great subject to cover, Mr. E.
And don't forget to keep on listening to us. Don't forget the ladies' pie. Don't forget the books that the lady have out there. Bullying is right underneath your nose.
And don't forget, Young Women Achieving Success this evening at 6 o'clock p.m. in Chesapeake. Call me at 757-287-6792 if you want your young lady, 10 to 17, to be a part of the program. A wonderful program, a free program, and we're offering it for you. Don't forget, we need special guests and sponsors for FYI. We're doing our calendars, and Misty has that too. He's going to give you that information before we leave.
That's right. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of FYI, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
The Lord had blessed us to have our Monday after dark. And hey, you don't forget to join us at 6 p.m. on social media platforms live. Yes, we are. We're there. We can be there as long as we want to at that. God bless you all. Look, we don't have an after show for you. Mr. E is going to be going in meetings from now on, but we're going to be back here on Fun Friday at 9:30. Join us there. And you all be blessed. Have a wonderful day.
where I am now, better than before. For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400, Peace 95.3 FM. Bye now. Life is pure as snow, no sorrow, no, no, no. I heard this love is there for me.
All right, look, don't forget the Royal Ladies Pie. You can still get your pies, special events, special occasion. Yeah, when we get a chance, we'll be back up here. Maybe sometimes before the show, we'll be up here too, getting ready to chit chat, and do a whole lot of things with you all, serving that tea and whatnot. In the meantime, we have to go. Mr. E have meetings now at 10 o'clock. Isn't that something? But anyway, we'll see you all on Fun Friday. You all have a wonderful day. Be blessed, and just take care of yourself. Bye now.
2 up, 2 down. Peace.